My little chicken's here.
Hello.
Look at his feet.
It's an insult show for the Coronakitchen chicken.
It's another chicken night in Corona Chicken Kitchen.
Oh, no. Be careful.
Oh
my God. You might get whacked. You might get whacked tonight.
He's launched. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm pretty good, I think. We had an experience today. Okay. We wanted to go take our bottles to recycling, where usually, they have them over by the food depot.
Yeah.
They have a bin over there that you can just throw it in. Well, apparently the bin's closed. There's no more bin. So we had to go to the recycling center. I think everyone in town was recycling. Really? We were in the longest line of people recycling stuff because apparently it's the only center open right now. All of the ancillary stops are closed.
What about the curbside recycling? That's not working?
They don't take glass.
Well, they don't take glass.
Oh, I see.
And so the guy ahead of us, when he realized we were just doing glass, they were trying to pull just the glass people out from the people who had like mattresses and stuff. And so we pulled over to where the glass recycling was, and the guy ahead of us opens up his trunk to his car and he pulls out like all of these containers full of wine bottles.
Corona.
Like, yeah, I guess everybody's drinking a lot.
I think so.
It was very funny. So that was our big outing of the day.
Your big adventure.
The big adventure was going to the recycling place. We're like, yay, we got out. So then we thought, well, maybe we'll stop and get a cup of coffee. Sky was closed. O'Horry's had a huge line. So we just ended up giving up. I wanted to support the local places. I didn't want to just go to Starbucks. And Starbucks lines were huge too, let me tell you.
That's how I feel. I really try to support these local coffee people. They're trying so hard, to stay afloat.
Yeah. So we did not get coffee, and we stayed in line. Thankfully, our recycling center, the Buckman area, is, beautiful. It's in the mountains. So we're like, oh, well, we'll just sit in here and listen to the Beatles.
That's nice. I know I've been listening to a lot of music. Well, I got a hammock. I think I told you that. And
yes.
I've been enjoying it. It's been really nice to just sway to the breeze. Go to sleep.
Oh, my gosh. Well, yes, you worked really hard on your NDI thing. So now you can have a break.
I know, little break.
God knows how long the break's gonna last. Just enjoy it.
Not long, I'm sure. Well, it's catching up with everything else. We have so many projects in development, and this show, and what we're doing, you and I are doing, and other things, and my podcast, and I'm just working hard at the time.
We are. Well, it's good. So I'm gonna make a chicken.
Sounds good. I want to see those radishes before you chop them.
I know, they're gorgeous. Look at these.
You got them from your garden already.
I did. I'm telling you, radishes are stupid easy to grow. And I planted them early because I'm getting ready to have to plant my squash. And we had a problem with squash bugs. And Agua Fria Nursery said plant radishes around where you're going to put the seeds because the squash bugs do not like radishes. So I did that last year, and it really it cut them down to manageable, and I did not lose my plants.
Nice.
So I started early this year, and I got a whole crop already. So I'm going to cook them tonight. I'm going to roast them, but I'm going to use the beautiful greens to make pesto.
Wow. What does the radish green even taste like? I don't even know what it tastes like.
They're kind of I'd say they taste like a green, but they're spicy. I think that's what I'd say. They're spicy.
Okay. I love radishes just raw, you know.
I do too. I like to grate them in salad and stuff like that, but I'm going to roast these.
That'll be yummy.
So yeah, I know
Chicken.
the French roast them usually with, of course, butter, just salt and pepper and butter. But this is going to have a spice mix on it. So we're going to talk about spice mixes. Yay! Spice mixes that you make yourself just are life-changing. So this spice mix you can use on chicken, which I'm going to use it on, but it also would be great on pork. So if you have pork chop, you can use it on that. You can rub it on a pork loin. You can rub it on, I would say it's probably great on turkey too. So if you had
something that you created yourself, or did you get
no, this one is not. I got this out of the Food and Wine book, which I will show you because I'm an avid food and wine book collector. And I got it out of this recipe. But if you do not want to make your own spice mix, the chef who made this particular one also sells it online. And it's at a company, I think it's called Spice Walla. And I can put a link up to it. And it's this one's called the Cowboy Mix.
The Cowboy Mix.
But I'm a big believer in making your own spice mixes. I do it at Thanksgiving for my turkey, and it is just, it's life-changing, the flavor you get from making your own spice mix. It's not hard, so that's what we're going to do.
Okay, fine, let's do it. Or you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. And here's the thing. I'm going to make the spice mix now because I'm going to toast the spices. When you toast them, it kind of makes the flavor bloom. It's much different than just leaving them the way they are.
Okay.
So I'm going to toast them, and then I will let them cool and grind them. And while I'm doing that, I will prep my vegetables. Okay, so, oops, I need spoons. I need some spoons.
And you're using chicken thighs.
I am using chicken thighs. I am. So this is a tablespoon of kosher salt. Oh, is David going to fly in?
Coming in. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Flying in. Camera B. Camera B.
There it is. Oh, you know what? I actually think, I'm having a change of heart. I was going to use my own spice salt, but I think I'm going to use this salt. I have a ton of different salts, and this one is smoked salt. Look how pretty these are.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're doing full-blown improv right now.
Right now, I'm changing it up. I think if we're talking about a cowboy spice mix, that smoked salt is the way to go. Sister girl.
Yay. Okay, here we go. Smoked salt.
Smoked salt. And now I'm doing a teaspoon of fennel seed. More or less. And our favorite thing, Lisa, crushed red pepper.
Oh, crushed red pepper. Of course.
That's going one. So that's hence the spicy chicken thing.
You can't do the cowboy without spiced red pepper.
That's right. Well, and see, if you are making your own spice mix, which is what we're doing here, and you do not like spicy, then use less or don't use it. That's all I'm saying.
So we have a viewer, and
cool.
Oh, we haven't had one in a while. Okay. And they say, thanks for the radish tip. I'm planting squash tomorrow, so I'll surround it with radishes. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Yes, do. Because I think the squash bugs, if you're here, they don't come out until around June. So you have and these grow fast. Like, I think we only threw those in the ground about a month ago.
They also say you have been doing a lot of improv lately.
Oh, well, it might be Peggy.
If you only knew. The amount of
tablespoon of peppercorns going in there.
Okay.
And now I'm going to toast it.
Okay.
So
You're heating it up.
when you toast the spices, I think I've told y'all this before, you gotta watch it. You don't want to burn them.
You're like Farmer Debrianna today.
I am in my overalls.
And I picked my radishes.
And I formed my own radishes.
Our own radishes.
That's it.
We could do characters every night. We can just play characters.
And I forgot. Here, I'm going to add a teaspoon of cumin seed. Now the other thing is you need to just sort of, when it's done, you want to taste it. Don't just go by the recipe. But isn't that pretty?
It's so pretty, and it looks just divine.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty. When they start toasting, you can really, oh my gosh, the smells start coming and they're all blended together. It's divine.
Yum.
Then I'm going to let them cool and I will crush them.
I will crush them. You sound like the rock.
I'm going to crush them.
I must crush them.
In the meantime, while those are toasting, I will get my chicken ready.
Okay, somebody says you should be wearing jean overalls and a straw cooking hat. Well, she is wearing jean overalls.
I am. I'm wearing complete overalls.
She's wearing total overalls right now. That's why I said you look like Farmer Debrianna.
That's right, I am. I thought since I farmed today, I'm going to wear the outfit, costuming. We can't help it. So this is my Moink Box chicken. I love my Moink Box. I will put a link in our YouTube channel about Moink Box.
That is a gorgeous pan. Gorgeous.
Yeah. So these
pretty. That's pretty, Debrianna. That's a pretty pan.
Thank you so much. So this chicken from Moink Box is supporting family farms and sustainably raised. So I feel good about my meat. Oh my goodness, this is you're getting the aroma now.
Wow. Is it going to go in a mortar and pestle?
Yes, it is. And I'm going to add a few more things to it. And I can hear, woo, I inhaled pepper.
Oh no. Oh no.
I can hear them starting to snap. So I'm going to turn the heat down or off, I think, because this pan is, they're starting to smoke a little bit. So that's exactly where you want them. Yeah. Whoa. That's good.
I don't think most people know that you can do
that. Okay. My husband's handing me a drink.
You look like you need it. I don't think most people realize that you can do this. Like you toast them and then they meld and then you grind them up. Most people, I think, asking for a friend, think you put them in a mortar and pestle and you just do it that way. You don't have to.
Oh, yeah, no, the toasting really allows the spices the flavors to bloom. It's just think of it like if you had a piece of bread and then you toasted it.
Right.
When you toast, when you make toast, it changes the complexion of the toast. It sometimes brings out a little sweetness to it.
Right. And the texture and everything else.
And a different texture and all of that. So
someone said when you said pop, like Rice Krispies?
No, you just could hear them crackle a little bit. I have had spices that pop like that, but these did not. They just sort of snapped a little, like you could hear it. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna let them cool down, my little spices, while I prepare my beautiful. Where's my knife? radishes. Now,
Radish cam.
my radish cam's coming in.
Here comes the radish cam.
The radish cam's coming in. Isn't it pretty?
God, that's such a pretty color.
I'm going to cut off the little tails that come on there, and I'm saving all these greens because I will be making pesto with the radish greens.
Yum.
Yeah. So I'm just going to clean these up while the spice mix is cooling. And this recipe did not call for this. It just called for radishes, but I'm going to add a few carrots to it while it's roasting away in the oven.
That's the fun thing about this kind of cooking is that when you have a garden, you can just, add what looks good, or when you go to the market, get what looks good, and it might change your whole, situation.
Yeah, the whole plan. Whole plan, Stan. Look at that purple one.
Beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Beautiful.
Yeah, you can get these radishes called they're French. They're a French radish. See that purple?
They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
Also needs to be pointed out that not every green
Right.
that goes with a vegetable you can eat, like rhubarb, for example, is poisonous.
Yes, that's right. You do not eat the leaves of the rhubarb.
But you can of radishes, you can of dandelions, other greens. But you have to, don't just eat greens without
knowing. Oh, and this one's just pink. It's so cute.
Did you take a photograph of them? You did. You put it on.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cut them all in half. Yeah, these are already washed.
Someone's asking, will the radish greens go in the freezer? No, she's making pesto out of them.
Well, I'm making pesto, and then yes, the pesto will go in the freezer.
And then the pesto will go in the freezer.
It will.
Something will go in the freezer. Oh, I have to run and get my cable. My laptop is running out of power. Be right back.
Okay. I'll
Monty,
entertain
you stay here. Monty, you stay here.
This is very renegade. Okay, next I'm going to do the carrots, and I have these beautiful colored carrots. See them? Purple, orange, and yellow. And since I'm adding them to the recipe, and I want them all to cook at the same time, I'm going to try.
I made it.
I'm going to try and make the carrots the same, like this, to cook about the same time. So I'm putting them in.
I heard you while I was in the other room getting the cable. You're using multi-colored carrots.
I have my beautiful colored carrots.
I have the volume on full blast.
Okay, I forgot to get this, and I'm not going to take you with me, but my husband, would you mind cutting me some rosemary out of the yard?
I will.
Oh, yay! That's as fresh as it gets.
Yeah, I have a big rosemary bush right at my front door, and I think I must have planted rosemary about 10 times trying to find the right place for it in my yard, but because I knew it could winter over, and there's like a bunch of varieties of rosemary, and I finally found the right place, and it's right at my front door it's sheltered by the house, the stucco, so it keeps kind of warm there. It's protected in that corner.
And you have direct sun. I mean, I think all herbs are like that. They're very finicky. I know my lavender is super finicky. It doesn't. So is the thyme. There's the fresh rosemary. The herbs have to have special environments to thrive.
Yeah, they do. And I finally found the right place.
Yay.
So I'm just going to give this a rough chop.
Is that enough?
Yeah, I just need about a tablespoon. That's enough. So yeah, this is about a tablespoon I'm gonna add into the spice mix. After I grind it in that mortar and pestle, just needs a little bit more. And this recipe calls for garlic powder. I'm not a big fan of garlic powder, so I'm going to add fresh garlic instead. But if you wanted to, make enough of this so that you could save it for later,
right?
You wouldn't want to do that. You would just add the garlic powder. But I'm going to add fresh garlic.
I think I ignored the garlic powder too. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like the way it tastes. There's very few things I think that really need it. That garlic powdery taste. This is not one place that I choose to put it, so I'm just chopping my garlic small.
Here's another question. Do different color carrots taste different than orange carrots?
Yeah, they kind of do. Don't you find that I think it's mostly the whitish ones taste a little different. They're not as strong of a carrot flavor.
They're more turnipy, like a turnip.
Yes, I think that's right. I think it's more turnipy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw all this spice mix now. You could, if you had a grinder, which I actually do, have a grinder that's just for spices. You could put it in there. It's basically a coffee grinder. But I want these to be more rough. Like I don't want it to get too fine.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it with the mortar and pestle instead. And I'm just going to roll it around here till it starts breaking up. Oh my goodness, it smells divine. Once you start breaking up those peppercorns and the smell of the cumin seed is really coming through, it's going to be a really nice spice mix, I think. And I have 4 chicken thighs. They're pretty big.
Are they sitting in anything, or they're just by themselves?
Well, they're drying out right now because I'm going to coat them in some oil.
Okay.
Spice mix, and I don't want any water on it.
Okay.
So if you don't, you won't get a crispy skin if it's too moist. So that's why I dried them off first, and now they're just sitting out.
Okay.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to show you how pretty this is.
Here, I'll fly over.
Oh, David's going to fly in.
Fly in, spice them. Oh, wow. Oh, that looks so good.
Yeah, it's really pretty. So I'm just going to crush up a few more of these peppercorns.
Wow.
Make sure they're ground up a little bit. But they grind up pretty well. And then I'm going to add a few more things to it. Now, things that you wouldn't toast.
That's a Jeopardy question. Things you wouldn't toast for 100.
What?
I don't know. You're like,
we're having Jeopardy now?
I don't know. It sounded like a Jeopardy question.
Okay, so this looks good. Looks like most of the peppercorns are mostly ground up. And now I'm going to add the garlic and the rosemary. And if you had garlic powder, you'd add the garlic powder. And I'm going to add some smoked paprika. A teaspoon. And, whoops, or a little more than that. I'm going to just stir that up.
That looks so beautiful.
Isn't it pretty?
Yeah. Okay,
So
somebody says you're lucky to have an experienced cameraman.
I know. And to harvest, he also harvested the rosemary.
He has a lot of jobs. He wears many hats.
All right, so I tried to cut these carrots in a way that I think that they'll cook about the same time. This is going to go in the oven for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
At 450 degrees, which I'm going to set that now.
So that's what. Is that why it gets so crispy? Because it's that
What's the window?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just being logical.
That's right. So I'm going to add
Obvious.
That was brilliant of you. I'm going to coat these with olive oil and about a tablespoon of the spice mix.
Someone's saying hi, but I don't know who they are. I can't see any names.
Oh, it's Maggie. Hi, Maggie.
She just dropped off a package.
Oh,
Here it is.
you dropped off a package.
Thanks for watching.
Okay. So those are going in the pan, and the next thing I'm going to do is the same thing to the chicken. I'm going to put a little olive oil on it. I don't know, about a tablespoon. And about a tablespoon of this. And I'm going to roll them around in the spices.
Wow.
Oh, it's going to be so good. And they're going to, the chicken's going to go right in there in the pan.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure there's a nice coating of spice mix on the top.
It's a very thick coating.
Yeah, because I want the spice mix all over that chicken.
Spicy chicken.
Okay, where's my handy cam, Buzz?
Oh, sorry.
You're falling down on the job.
Where am I going?
Over here.
Oh, wow. That looks so good. Wow.
And then I'm going to serve it on some greens later, but I'll post the picture and you can check it out. I'm going to go wash my hands quick.
Wow, that just looks like a cover of a magazine.
I can't wait. So you should cook it until the chicken is about 160 with a thermometer.
So you're saying 30 minutes.
That's what it says, but I always, check it with a thermometer because you don't know. I mean, unless you're positive what your oven temperature is, oftentimes it's just not 450 when it says it is. So I always check it with, I also have a probe, which I think we've discussed. I could do that. Just put my probe in there and it hooks up to my oven and I just set it for what the temperature is that I want. I do that with the turkey or bigger pieces of meat. I don't necessarily do it with small ones, but yeah. So it's pretty and I can't wait to eat it.
Oh, that's delish.
Yeah.
Chocolate
So, what did Maggie bring us?
I don't know. Chocolate egg thing?
She brought us
What
some
is
kind
that?
of chocolate egg thing.
Good. I left something at your front door that needs to go in the fridge. You better go get it.
Okay. Oh, some preserved lemons. Oh, thank you.
Don't let it melt.
I think I'm going to have to figure out something to make with those.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, you guys, for hanging out with me.
That looks really good. I can't wait to see the finished product.
Yeah, so that's that's super easy. We did it start to finish in less than a half an hour, and now we're going to put it in the oven and just eat it. Yum.
All right. Yay.
Yay. Well, thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us.
Good to see you all. Happy Friday night. You did it. You got through
All right,
another
we did it. This, I think, is show 51. 51 in a row, people.
See you tomorrow night. I'm doing something from a movie. Can you guess?
Oh, yeah, you are tomorrow. Oh, that'll be fun.
A movie.
Yeah. So, hey, don't forget to go to our YouTube channel and like things. That will help us a lot.
Yeah. Like things and subscribe.
And
Free.
say funny things in the comments.
Make a comment. It helps us. It helps the video.
It really does. So, yeah, thank you.
Cool.
All right. Manj.
Bye.
Bye.